This is about Donald Trump's unjustified tariffs on Canada. This is an attack on our country and on British Columbia families that will not go unanswered. The tension between the United States and Canada has reached a boiling point, with British Columbia Premier David Eby taking aggressive action against the U.S. in response to President Donald Trump's tariffs on Canadian goods. The latest move proposes tolls on commercial trucks traveling from the continental U.S. to Alaska through British Columbia. This bold strategy targets Alaska's reliance on Canadian infrastructure, turning geography into a weapon in an escalating trade war. Alaska, though legally part of the United States, is physically isolated from the lower 48. There are no direct roads, railways, or pipelines connecting it to the mainland without crossing Canadian territory. Every shipment of groceries, fuel, or construction materials must pass through British Columbia and the Yukon, making Alaska uniquely vulnerable to Canadian policy shifts. Premier Eby's proposal to impose tolls on these shipments is not just a retaliatory measure. It's a calculated strike at a critical pressure point. The tolls would raise shipping costs by thousands of dollars per load, costs that would inevitably be passed on to Alaskan consumers already burdened with some of the highest living expenses in North America. The Alaska Highway, a 1,387-mile lifeline built during World War II, is at the center of the dispute. A 1977 treaty between the U.S. and Canada explicitly prohibits tolls on this route, but Eby is testing the limits of that agreement. Trump has responded with fury, calling the move illegal and vowing retaliation. Behind the scenes, White House advisors are preparing legal countermeasures, including freezing infrastructure funds and reviewing cross-border treaties. The situation has devolved into a high-stakes game of chicken, with neither side willing to back down. For Alaska, the consequences are dire. The state's economy depends on seamless access through Canada, and any disruption could lead to shortages of essential goods. Remote towns like Hayter, which rely entirely on Canadian roads for access, would be hit hardest. Residents are already stockpiling supplies, fearing the worst. The tolls are framed as temporary, but industry analysts warn they could become permanent if the trade war intensifies. The conflict has also spilled into maritime routes. Most ships bound for Alaska travel through Canadian waters, particularly the Inside Passage, a protected network of channels that cruise liners and cargo vessels rely on for safe travel. If Canada were to restrict access or impose new fees, shipping costs would skyrocket, and tourism, a vital sector for Alaska, would suffer. Even air travel is at risk, as flights from the lower 48 to Alaska often depend on Canadian airspace. Denying overflight rights would force airlines to take longer, costlier routes, disrupting both passenger travel and cargo shipments. The standoff is more than a trade dispute. It's a clash of national pride. Trump has framed the issue as a matter of American sovereignty, while Eby has positioned himself as a defender of Canadian interests. The rhetoric has grown increasingly personal, with Trump dismissing Eby as a weak provincial bureaucrat and Eby firing back with declarations of defiance. The longer the stalemate continues, the harder it becomes to find a diplomatic solution. Border communities caught in the middle are pleading for de-escalation. Mayors of towns like Skagway and Haines have sent joint letters to both governments, warning of the economic devastation that further retaliation would bring, but their voices are being drowned out by the larger geopolitical struggle. For now, Alaska's fate hangs in the balance, dependent on a web of routes that Canada could tighten or sever at any moment. The broader implications are equally troubling. If Canada succeeds in using Alaska as leverage, it could embolden other provinces to take similar actions, further straining U.S.-Canada relations. Meanwhile, Trump's hardline approach risks alienating a key ally and destabilizing North American trade networks. The Alaska highway crisis is no longer just about tariffs or tolls. It's a test of how far both nations are willing to go in a battle where geography, pride, and power collide. As winter approaches, the urgency grows. Alaska's isolation makes it uniquely vulnerable. Although Espindola endured the relentless pressure and made things difficult for Itauma at times, the young Brit showed his readiness for tougher opponents by managing the fight and responding to every challenge. He was going to be very bruised in the morning, and that was a great left hook. He moved to the body again and came in with a big right hand. Now he switches to the body again. Can he finish it? No, it's too late. In the end, Itauma secured the victory by decision, improving his professional record to 40-0. On September 23, 2023, in his next fight, Moses Itauma faced the ambitious Amin Buseta. Looking for big punches, Itauma took control right from the first seconds of the bout, applying immense pressure on his opponent. Buseta found himself in deep trouble in the first round, getting knocked down twice by Itauma's precise punches. The referee decided to stop the fight after the second knockdown, and this victory marked his third career knockout, improving his record to 5-0. As an amateur, Itauma won 2 national titles, 3 European medals, gold medals, and a world title. As a professional, he aimed to replicate that success and do it faster than the youngest heavyweight world champion, Mike Tyson. During an interview, Tyson, who was sitting at the front, called out, "I love you, man," to which Itauma responded, "I love you, Mike." In his 6th fight, Moses Itauma faced the experienced Hungarian boxer István Bernat on October 28, 2023. Bernat, 34 years old, had a record of 10-1 with a 72% knockout rate. Itauma began the fight in his usual aggressive manner, and his punches proved too powerful for Bernat. In the first round, Bernat was knocked down after a series of strikes from Itauma. Moses didn't give him time to recover, continuing his fierce attack. After a brutal uppercut and right hook that rocked Bernat, the referee stopped the fight, marking Itauma's 6th victory and 4th knockout. In his final fight of 2023, Moses Itauma demonstrated astonishing power and skill against Polish boxer Misha Bolos. As usual, Itauma started the fight with an aggressive attack, seizing control from the first seconds. His style, reminiscent of a young Mike Tyson, left no chance for his opponent. He destroyed Bolos in just 1 minute. The first knockdown came from a precise, powerful hook, sending Bolos to the canvas. After getting up, it was clear that his resistance had been broken, and another combination of punches sent him down again. The referee stopped the fight. In 2024, Moses Itauma continued his impressive winning streak, knocking out Dan Garber in the first round, improving his record to 7-0. From the very first seconds of the fight, Itauma took control, unleashing a series of powerful punches. Garber was driven around the ring, forced to retreat from corner to corner. After another lightning-fast combination from Itauma, the referee had no doubt and stopped the fight, declaring a technical knockout in the first round. On May 18, 2024, Moses Itauma continued his rapid rise in boxing, undercarding a super fight between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury is scheduled, with the experienced German Ilya Mezhenev facing off against Moses Itauma. Notably, Moses Itauma sparred twice with Tyson Fury as part of Fury's preparation for both of his fights against Alexander Usyk. According to Fury, the young heavyweight made a strong impression, not just due to his power but also because he has the mindset of a fighter. Fury also remarked, "I think he's a good kid. I've said in the past that I think he can be a champion, and I do think, just like I said with Jared Anderson, I think both Jared and Moses are very, very good fighters." However, Fury also acknowledged that there is a lot of temptation. Additionally, Itauma was one of the few fighters to appear on the undercard of both Usyk-Fury mega events, further underscoring his rapidly rising status in the boxing world. The fight against Ilya Mezhenev marked Itauma's first title bout, with the vacant WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight title on the line. From the outset, Itauma demonstrated dominance, controlling the pace of the fight. In the first round, he caught Mezhenev on a counterattack with a powerful hook, causing the German to lose his balance momentarily. In the second round, Itauma sent Mezhenev to the canvas with a powerful combination. Though Mezhenev got up, the referee assessed his condition and decided to stop the fight. This victory not only added another convincing win to Itauma's record but also earned him the WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight title, solidifying his reputation as one of the most promising and dangerous heavyweights in the world. On July 27, 2024, Moses Itauma successfully defended his WBO Intercontinental title against the experienced Polish boxer Mario Wach at the O2 Arena in London, as part of the Joe Joyce vs. Derek Chisora event. Despite Wach's age, 44 years, his physical advantages in weight, height, and experience weren't enough to stop the 19-year-old Itauma, who took the initiative from the very first round. In the second round, Itauma unleashed a flurry of vicious punches that left Wach in a helpless state. With a minute remaining in the second round, Wach was sent to the canvas after taking a series of powerful punches. Mario tried to recover, but Itauma didn't let up, cornering him and continuing his destructive attack. There was a genuine look of fear in Wach's eyes, and the referee rightly stopped the fight. On December 21, 2024, in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, as part of the Alexander Usyk vs. Tyson Fury 2 event, Moses Itauma delivered yet another knockout spectacle against the seasoned Australian Dempsey McKean. Itauma broke down McKean's defense with his punches until the moment came for a powerful overhand punch that stunned the Australian, sending him to the canvas. Shaken, McKean tried to recover, but Itauma didn't give him a break, immediately following up with a left hook. McKean's corner decided to intervene, stopping the fight and declaring a technical knockout in the first round. With every fight, Moses Itauma continues to assert himself as one of the most promising and dangerous heavyweights in boxing. His 11-0 record, with 9 knockouts, confirms that he is not just another young talent but a true force in boxing. Moreover, Itauma has set his sights on a grand goal: to break Mike Tyson's record and become the youngest heavyweight champion in history. Inspired by Tyson's success, who became the youngest world champion at 20, Itauma aims to achieve greatness at an even younger age. His relentless drive, confidence in his abilities, and the powerful style he displays in each fight suggest that this young boxer is capable of achieving incredible things in boxing history.